Let me guess. They're gone, but not really. They still exist in the songs you skip. In the coffee shop you avoid. In the way your heart sinks when you hear a voice that sounds like theirs. You thought time would erase them. Somehow, they're still there, woven into your thoughts, your habits, the quietest moments. They don't call, they don't text, but their presence lingers like a ghost that refuses to leave. And the worst part, they don't even know they still haunt you. This isn't love. This isn't closure. This is your brain clinging to something that no longer exists. But why does it feel so real? And more importantly, how do you finally let them go? You know you should move on. You tell yourself it's over. Your friends tell you it's time to let go. And yet, your mind keeps pulling you back. Why? Because your brain isn't designed for letting go. It's designed for survival. And in your brain's logic, losing someone important feels like a threat. Let me explain. When you form a deep connection with someone, your brain creates neural pathways that associate them with safety, comfort, and even survival. Every time you shared a laugh, exchanged a look, or felt their touch, your brain reinforced these pathways, strengthening the belief that this person is essential to your well-being. So, when they leave, your brain doesn't just say, "Oh, they're gone. Moving on now." No. Instead, it panics. It registers the loss as a potential danger, something that needs to be fixed. That's why you keep replaying old conversations, stalking their social media, or feeling an overwhelming urge to reach out. Your brain is desperately trying to restore the connection because it thinks that's the only way to feel safe again. But here's the problem. They're not coming back. So, what happens next? Your brain starts looking for alternatives. It romanticizes the past, exaggerates the good moments, and conveniently forgets the bad ones. It tells you, maybe they weren't that bad. Maybe you overreacted. Maybe if you had done something different, they'd still be here. Sound familiar? But for some of us, this isn't just about missing someone. It's deeper. It's the fear of abandonment, the wound that makes letting go feel impossible. If losing them feels like losing a part of yourself, you need to hear this. The fear of abandonment doesn't start with them. It starts much earlier. In childhood, in moments where love felt conditional, where connection felt uncertain. If you grew up feeling like love could be taken away at any moment, every goodbye in your adult life feels like a confirmation of that fear. Your brain isn't just trying to hold on to them, it's trying to hold on to a sense of security that was never fully there. So when they leave, your mind doesn't just mourn them, it mourns every moment in your past where you felt unseen, unwanted, or replaceable. And that's why moving on feels unbearable. Because deep down, you're not just letting go of them, you're confronting the part of yourself that was always afraid of being left behind. This is the dopamine trap, the same cycle that keeps gamblers glued to slot machines and addicts chasing their next fix. Every time you think about them, your brain releases tiny bursts of dopamine, giving you a false sense of reward. It keeps you hooked. It makes you crave them. And because your brain can't accept the loss, it tries to compensate. It doesn't just mourn, it searches for a way to bring them back. And that's where the addiction begins. But here's the brutal truth. You're not addicted to them. You're addicted to the version of them that exists in your head. Now, before we get into the actual steps to move on, I need you to understand something about your brain. The human brain loves repetition. And as ridiculous as this may sound, it's one of the most fundamental truths. If you keep feeding the thought every time it appears, I should have done something differently. Maybe if I had, your brain will not help you move on. Now, I'm not telling you to suppress your thoughts, because that's impossible. But what I am saying is that you need to respond to them differently. Instead of getting stuck in the cycle of regret, try telling yourself, yes, we both could have done things differently, but now it's time to move forward. I am worth more than anyone who has left or will leave. Processing is necessary, but staying stuck is not. This is the same mental process people go through, consciously or unconsciously, when quitting an addiction like smoking. If, in the moment of withdrawal, they give in to the comforting thought of lighting a cigarette, they may not be starting over, but they do lose progress, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot, depending on the situation. Instead, the response that helps them truly quit is, yes, I want a cigarette, but I made the decision to quit for my own good. Giving in won't help. I was fine before I started smoking, and I'll be fine now that I'm stopping. This is temporary. Letting them go isn't just about removing them from your life. It's about actively rebuilding the version of yourself that thrives without them. Start by reconnecting with yourself. What activities used to bring you joy before they entered your life? What hobbies, dreams, or personal goals did you push aside? Write them down, rediscover them. Because moving forward isn't just about closing a chapter. It's about writing the next one with you as the main character. Healing is an active process. When the memories resurface, instead of sinking into nostalgia, ground yourself in the present. Go outside, exercise, read something new. Take action instead of dwelling in the past. But in those moments, remind yourself, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become after it. And when the thoughts of them return, and they will, don't engage with them like an old habit. Instead, affirm your progress. I am moving forward. Every step away from the past is a step closer to myself, because you are. And now, it's time to prove it to yourself.